You know, if you own an air fryer, there is a very, very high chance you're using it wrong. I'm not talking about the brand or the model, I'm talking about the method. And that one little thing is costing you crispiness, flavor, and time. So let's fix that, starting right now. Does any of this look familiar? You know, soggy fries, chicken nuts somehow dry and bland at the same time, and that greasy mess that feels impossible to clean. Well, listen, these aren't air fryer problems, they're technique problems. And today, we're gonna solve them for good. We're gonna turn your air fryer into the most powerful tool in your kitchen.
All right, let's kick things off with the absolute fundamentals. These are the core principles that are gonna guarantee you a crispy, golden texture every single time. Get these right, and you're already playing a whole different ballgame. This right here, this is the #1 mistake almost everyone makes. I know, it's so tempting to just dump that entire bag of fries in there, right? But here's the thing. When you pile food on top of each other, you're not air frying anymore. You're steaming. The hot air literally can't get to the food, moisture gets trapped, and you get a soggy, sad result. The fix is so simple. Just cook in a single layer, even if it means you have to work in a couple of batches.
So, what's actually happening inside that little machine? Well, your air fryer is basically a tiny, superpowered convection oven. There's a fan creating this whirlwind of superheated air, and that air needs to hit every single surface of your food to get that amazing crispy crust. When you overcrowd the basket, you're literally putting up a roadblock for that airflow. So remember, give your food some personal space. The great debate. To preheat or not to preheat? Well, here's the deal. You don't always need to. But for certain foods, it is an absolute game changer. I'm talking about anything frozen, anything breaded, or any cuts of meat. Preheating for just 3 to 5 minutes makes all the difference. It's kind of like searing a steak in a hot pan. That first blast of intense heat creates a perfect crust on the outside while keeping the inside nice and juicy.
Okay, if you only take one habit away from this whole explainer, please make it this one. The top of your food is getting hit with direct heat from the element above it. If you don't shake that basket or flip your food over about halfway through, you're really only cooking one side of it. This one simple step will completely change your results, I promise.
And this is the golden rule that ties it all together. Before anything goes into that basket, I don't care if it's chicken, potatoes, or veggies, pat it completely dry with a paper towel. See, any extra moisture has to steam away before the browning and crisping can even begin. By getting rid of it first, the crisping process starts instantly. All right, so you've nailed the basics. Now let's get a little creative. We're gonna move beyond the usual suspects like fries and wings and unlock some of the air fryer's hidden talents with some hacks you probably never even thought of. Let me ask you a question. What if I told you that you could make perfect hard-boiled eggs without a single drop of boiling water? Sounds kind of crazy, right? It's true. You're just using that hot circulating air in a totally new way. You literally just place the eggs in the basket and let the heat cook them all the way through. There's no watching a pot, no shells cracking and bubbling water. And get this, after a quick dunk and an ice bath, the shells practically slide right off. This is a total game changer for meal prep. Let's be honest, the microwave is where good leftovers go to die. It turns pizza crusts into soggy sponges and makes anything that was once fried taste, well, rubbery. The air fryer, though, it's like a time machine for food. It uses dry heat to pull the moisture out of the crust, which makes that day-old slice of pizza taste like it was just delivered. You can finally say goodbye to sad, soggy pizza forever. And hey, don't you dare throw out that bag of stale chips. All staling really is food absorbing moisture from the air around it. Well, a few minutes in the air fryer at a low temperature draws that moisture right back out. It's like hitting a reset button on your snacks, and it's a brilliant way to cut down on food waste. Okay, let's dive into the more technical side of things. This next section is all about the little details that will take your air frying from amateur to pro. We're gonna talk precision, the right tools for the job, and most importantly, safety. So, not all oils are created equal, especially in an air fryer. You gotta pay attention to the smoke point. That's the temperature where an oil starts to break down and literally burn. When that happens, it fills your kitchen with smoke and gives your food this bitter, nasty flavor. The key is to use an oil with a high smoke point, like avocado or grapeseed oil. That way you get a clean taste and perfect results every time. Now this is a huge one for protecting your machine.
Those aerosol cooking sprays seem super convenient, but they're filled with propellants and other chemicals that don't burn off properly at high heat. Over time, they build up into this sticky, gummy layer that will absolutely ruin your nonstick coating. The much better choice is a simple, refillable oil mister filled with your favorite pure oil. Liners are great for cleanup, but they can also be a pretty serious fire hazard if you're not careful. Never, and I mean ever, place a lightweight parchment liner into an air fryer while it's preheating. That powerful fan can suck it right up into the heating element and it can catch fire. Always make sure you have food weighing the liner down, and try to use perforated ones to keep that all-important airflow moving. So you want to convert one of your favorite oven recipes. It's actually really easy. Here's rule number 1. Whatever the recipe says for temperature, just reduce it by about 25 degrees Fahrenheit. An air fryer is a much smaller, more intense space, so it just cooks way more efficiently. And here's rule number 2 for that conversion. Just reduce the cooking time by about 20%. Then, make sure you check on it about halfway through. Remember, it's always easier to add a few more minutes than it is to, unburn your dinner. Okay, we've covered the cooking, so now let's talk about the part everyone dreads, the cleanup. But trust me, these next few secrets are going to solve that #1 annoyance and make cleaning your air fryer almost effortless. This is hands down my favorite cleaning hack. For a greasy basket, just forget about scrubbing. All you do is add some warm water and a little drop of dish soap, pop the basket back in, and run it for 3 minutes. The hot, steamy, soapy air circulates and loosens up all that baked-on gunk. Then you just rinse it out. It feels like magic. Cooking something extra greasy, like bacon, that always seems to smoke up your entire kitchen? Here's an amazing little trick. Just place a slice of regular bread in the drip pan underneath the basket. It acts like a little sponge, soaking up all that fat as it drips down, which stops it from burning and smoking. It's brilliant. And this is the one spot that almost everyone forgets to clean. Over time, little bits of grease and food splatter up onto the heating element itself. When that gunk gets reheated over and over, it causes weird smells and smoke. So once the unit is completely cool and unplugged, just flip it over and give that coil a gentle scrub with a paste of baking soda and water to keep it running clean. And there you have it. By understanding how airflow works, mastering a few key techniques, and learning these super easy cleaning secrets, you're not just an air fryer owner anymore. You're an air fryer master. You're ready to get perfectly delicious results every single time. You have officially unlocked the true potential of your appliance. It's so much more than just a gadget for reheating frozen food. It's a versatile, powerful cooking tool. So the only real question left is, now that you know how to play the game, what incredible thing are you going to create first?